Right, part 3 of this goddess diva, whatever we're going to call her. Um, I was thinking of doing some deliberate flowers here on the tops of my stems, but I was about to cut a load and I thought it's not quite what I want. I didn't want anything deliberately that looks like a flower, strangely enough. So I don't know if you remember, I got this stuff from Steph Francis. It is the weirdest, wonderfulest stuff. I've got a comes in a whole bunch like this. Let me just put the big light on because it's a beautifully sunny day, but that doesn't half cast a load of shadows. That might be better. Um, and I just sort of, I don't know, I'm sort of tinkering with it, and I'm wondering if I can sort of, I might even stick this on my embellisher and literally just make some weird and wonderful flower type things. I don't know. One thing I do want to do is I'm going to pull these all back because I want to do some texture in the background here behind these because it just looks really plonked on. And I don't know if you remember, I told you when I first did this that in the background here are lots of little, let me see if I can get them in camera for you. It's just getting the light right. It's like little stars, yeah, you can see them, yeah. And these little circles. So I want to add a lot of texture in this background. And they're down here as well. So this is the kind of thing I think I want to highlight now. I was just about to cut a load of little leaves actually out of this lime green because she's got lime green on her bodice. So I want to bring in some lime up here. And the moon has got a bit of well, sort of a bluey greeny lime. So it's a lot of playing now, basically. I never have a fixed idea or road where it's going. I was going to say I do chop and change my ideas a lot. And I think that's why I know a lot of people have a craft room where everything's away in cupboards. I don't think I could cope with that, I'll be honest with you. It has to be, I have to be able to see it all. And that's what my craft room is. It's very open. I mean, I've got stuff in the IKEA boxes behind me, but they're kind of, well, most of that sort of paper crafting, maybe apart from the felt box, but yeah, I don't know. I'm a very visual person, and I just saw that stuff on the shelf over there, and I thought that's what I need. That I think is going to work. It might not. I don't know. I don't know. Until I actually go to apply it, I just don't know. So, yeah, so I need to adjust these. I'm just going to pin them all at the bottom, and then I can flop them all out of the way so I can get my free motion foot on. I'm doing this on Boxing Day, by the way. I've been put in quarantine by my family. My daughter was going to come and pick me up. She said, "To be honest, Mum, I don't want what you've got." And I went, "I totally understand, babe." I said, "Should we leave it?" She went, "Yeah." So I've literally been put in quarantine. That's fine. I can crack on. So I see a lot of my kids. It's fine. I'm all right. I said to her, you really don't want this. You really, really don't want this. Right, let's put her back in her box because I shall end up losing her. Yeah, so basically this is kind of what I'm going to concentrate on for this video, is getting this background done. And getting some of these little marks on here highlighted. I need to start thinking about the tree. If there was brown in this, it would be perfect, but there isn't. It's all purples and that. Now I could go with a purple tree. I think that is going a little bit outside the box. See, it'd make a nice tree. I don't know whether Steph Francis does a brown in that, actually. I might have to go shopping, because that'll make me feel better, won't it? Any excuse. Right, we're going to need to pin you here. So having done that now, you see I can just flop all these down to there and start doing some decorative stuff, although most of that is going to be covered, isn't it? Okay, maybe this side and that side, that's kind of what I need to concentrate on. So that's all I'm going to do, is just pick out some of these marks in the background here. If they get covered up afterwards, that's fine. You know, you do sometimes do a little bit of sacrificial stitching, but it does give it that overall effect. Oh, I've also put some cotton batting on the back, so this will really pump up the texture. You always cut it bigger because it will, well, they both shrink basically, but yeah, so I shall start from the middle and work outwards with picking up my marks. I say, there's my tree. I don't know if you can even see that brown mark. Yeah, I think you can, yeah. So that's kind of where the tree idea came from. I know. Right, I'm going to get my machine set up for free motion embroidery, and then I'll do some, but I'll put you on fast forward because it is a bit laborious and you'll be bored out your skulls. So yeah, I'll be back with you in a sec. Right, okay, I'm about to start stitching the flowers. I've put on this thread here. Again, it's one of those super cheapy ones, but again, I persevere with them because I love the colour variants. So I'm just going to do some of these now, and then again, I'll speed you up and show you at the end because again, it gets a bit laborious otherwise. I'll just show you this one. That's all stitched down now. So yeah, it's nice. Right, I shall crack on, do the others. Again, I'll put you in fast forward. I've made them go quite wonky because I was going a bit linear. I've taken the front ones off because I'll put them on afterwards. The ones that were in front, rather. Let's get these pins out of the way. Don't want to stitch a pin. I let it bounce on the spot just to seal the stitches in because I don't tie anything off. So let's just put these ones over the top and I'll show you. I'll crack on, do the rest on my own. Lovely. Right, let me show you these and then I shall crack on. We'll do a final overview because I think this video is going to be a bit of a hot mess otherwise. Alright, so they're all stitched down. I might go in, I've got some super sharp embroidery scissors and I might go in and define those leaves a little bit more, cut away the fabric, but we'll see. Right, I'll see you in a bit. Right, let me catch you up. I've had an absolute disaster with the filming today. Here's the flowers. So I did cut around them with my my really nice embroidery scissors. So I feel they look a lot better for having that done. I zigzag stitched that darker green variegated thread up the middle there to make these more into flowers. Yeah, I think they work really well. I stitched down the plinth that Madame sits on and stitched this around in free motion embroidery. In the background I did some of the gold or the yellowy gold circles and that. I'm just playing around with the tree, so just ignore that at the minute. Yeah, and I sort of highlighted some of the designs in the background there. Stitched the moon on with very shiny variegated threads. I don't know if it's going to bring it up now. So yeah, I'm just playing around with the placement of the tree. But for this instalment, if you like, of this video, I'm just going to leave this here because you'll need to work on your backgrounds if you're doing one of these. But yeah, the phone fell over. I was filming, let me just show you the angle. I was filming like that and you couldn't see a blessed thing, and I thought this is a disaster. So yeah, and in the meantime I sort of enjoyed myself finally getting around to free motion embroidering all that down as well. So yeah, so she's coming on, bless her. So she's gonna look really nice when she's in there. Let me just grab her, put her on there. Can't see without the phone in the way. So yeah, I'm just playing around with different yarns that I've got now. This is a really weird one. Yeah, it's all sorts of weirdness. And then I've got so I'm trying not to move you too much, but you're in my hand. I've got a lighter one, and somewhere buried under here, there it is. I've got this reddy brown, so I'm going to meld those in with this, and hopefully it'll look like a tree at the end of it. So yeah, I haven't decided quite how the branches are going to go yet. I'm just cutting it to length, I'll be honest with you. So yeah, she's coming on, and then it's probably getting close. I think once the tree's on, I'll be happy to attach the goddess, and then when I press her on to seal her onto the background, that's when I do all the detail on her, which will be a very fine zigzag between all these fabrics just to make sure they all stay, that they don't start coming apart, and maybe decide on some more background detail. Don't know. I haven't got that far yet. So this is kind of it. I just wing it. I'm sorry, but I just wing it. There's no rhyme or reason. It's just what feels right, which is the way a lot of us work, isn't it? So there we are. I'm going to carry on, sort out something for this tree, and yeah, there'll be one more instalment after this, and then that'll be that. All right. See ya. Bye.